Hello everyone. Let me share on the topic of effective listening. Effective listening is very much important, but before entering into its significance, let me explain the meaning of listening. Listening means a process of deep hearing which is done not to respond but to understand. If there is understanding on hearing, that is called listening. Or deep hearing is known as listening. And listening is very much important because our relationship, our professionalism, our friend circle, or any type of circle depends upon how we listen. Remember, my friends, nowadays we do not like to listen. We like to talk because we want to show ourselves. That's why we love to share, we love to talk, we want to communicate only. There are very less people in this world who listen, who have the habit of listening. And if you want to grow in life, please try to understand the significance of these two ears. Nature or God has given two ears means for listening more, but we do not understand its significance. Therefore, I request you all, try to make the habit of listening in life. As you start listening, you try to understand. And as you understand and realize the language of, the communication of, the talk of the next person, you try to respect him or her. Because you do not listen to respond, you try to listen for understanding. As you understand, you realize the inner meaning of his or her talk. So, well, listening is important in our personal life. Let's see, there are so many clashes, conflicts in our life, clashes within the family, conflicts with our friends, conflicts with our neighborhood, with neighbors in neighborhood. That similarly, confrontation with our colleagues because of not listening properly, or we don't have effective listening. The ear, these two ear are given for the purpose of listening more, and this one mouth is given for less talk. But we don't understand the significance of these natural gifts. Rather, we want to communicate only, we want to talk only. Well, what happens when we do not like to listen the talk of the next person? If you and me don't try to even understand, if we do not listen, then how can is it possible to understand? Because we have a type of ego, and that ego stops us to listen others. That's why try to be simple person. As you become simple person, you become a sample for the world. That's why make the habit of listening others. And when you and me makes the habit of listening the next speaker, and we understand, and as we understand, we realize the inner meaning of his or her talk. And when we realize, we accept it. When we accept it, then we understand the beauty of the real talk of the next person. But what we are doing is we are just listening to respond. We do not listen properly, and because of not listening habit, there are confrontation, there are clashes, conflicts with friends, in family, with the boss, in office, with co-workers. It is all because of not listening habit. As we make the habit of listening others, then remember, slowly and miraculously, the future, the prospect of ours changes because we try to give ear for the next speaker. Similarly, you can see there are so many uh, divorce divorce cases. This is all because of not listening. Yes, there is not a single person wrong. There is equal sharing of wrongdoings. But what we think is each person thinks he or she is correct. And because of this fake principle of being correct brings clashes in life. That's why make the habit of listening. And if we try to make the habit of listening in our life, in our personal life, then our personal life become very much beautiful with golden fragrance. Similarly, if we are the workers, if we are the employees, or if we are the employers, and if we try to listen the talk of the colleagues, co-workers, boss, and employees. Remember, employees are not junior. They have their own dignity. They have their own position. They have their own power. Because of employees, each corporate office, each in business sector is mobilizing. That's why we have to understand their voice too. We have to understand what they want to speak and what they want to share. And when we care to their share, then there is the development of business, there is the development of corporate, because there is no magic and no miracle. There is only one magic, that is the joint effort of employees and employers, and these two are connected by communication. That's why always present yourself beautifully, and as you present yourself beautifully, your presentation becomes beautiful, and that presentation will be listened by everyone, because you are a simple person, because you listen everyone. Let's try to do this. As you do, you grow, you rage, you shine, and you become an example. Thank you very much. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good time.
Thank you very much for your support.